Hello, everyone. How are you doing? And I do hope I have sound. I wanted to let you know why I will be probably, not certainly, but probably mostly absent this weekend. It is the Colorado Convention weekend, and I know the stream wasn't scheduled, so I have like a big goose egg of people who are currently watching. One person just showed up. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Anyway, put your comments in the chat if you have any more people have come onto the stream. I will most likely not be, when you have still a piece of food in your mouth and you're like trying to get rid of it. I will most likely not be streaming at all this weekend, at least not my typical contact. Hello, Stephen. Hello, David. And CJ, you're finally showing up again to my streams. And Charles Lazara says, no, it's me. And I'm not wearing any pants, just in case you wanted to know. I better get up here to make sure y'all don't see that I'm pantsless. But it's first thing in the morning here. I am super busy creating name badges for the Colorado Convention. Tomorrow is our volunteer organization day down at the site. Those of you who have organized state conventions before know that this is an insane time. Like, I am running around with lists and I'm like, oh my God, postcards, pens, and notepads. Oh my God, we need clipboards. Oh, I am going crazy. I am going crazy. And unfortunately, had a doctor's appointment yesterday, a doctor's appointment today. A lot of you know I have severe pain issues with my lower back. I have two, if you saw the MRI, like when the doctor saw my MRI, she was the new doctor. I have a new doctor. So she wanted to get, I haven't had an MRI of my back done in years. And she looked at it and she was like, yep, your back's pretty fucked up. And I'm like, is that a technical medical diagnosis? And yes, it is. So apparently now, instead of just one nerve, like being just totally mangled through the canal, you know how your nerves go through those, I don't know what you call them. I'm not a doctor. Your vertebrae. I don't know what you call the holes though. If you walk up the screen and see stuff that's blocked, if you step away, oh, shut up, dude. I'm not stepping away from the screen. Nice trick though. I am wearing underwear. I might not be wearing pants, but I am wearing underwear. I'm not that crazy. This isn't OnlyFans, So yeah. So yesterday and today, I have some medical treatments to help block the pain in my back. And yesterday, I feel great, like no back pain, which is wonderful. But I had a terrible reaction to the anesthetic. And I hope that doesn't happen again. I'm super apprehensive about going back to the doctor because I had such a bad reaction yesterday. But I am, because I need the treatments. But unfortunately, that means I'll probably miss the platform committee meeting tonight. I'll post a link to it on my public figure page because I am currently banned from my regular Facebook page for not having a good opinion of Ilya Soman. But that probably means I won't be there tonight, but I might be. Maybe today will be better. But I just wanted to let you guys know why you probably won't be seeing me for the next few days. So between having to go to the doctor today and be put under for a little while and the convention this weekend, obviously I am very busy. But starting Sunday, and I know there's something going on Sunday, we might be doing Cultivar O&R on Sunday. Okay, I thought you tried to trick me from stepping away, David. Anyway, so that's why you might not see me. But I may live stream the convention from the secretary's desk for Colorado. I think the Colorado convention is also going to be live streamed on the official Colorado website. If they need my camera to do that, then we'll put that there. In other words, is what I'm saying. We'll stick it on the official stream. But if they don't need my camera, If they don't need my camera, then I might stream live from secretary desk, which means you get my commentary, which is usually what people go to convention watch, because live streaming conventions can be boring. But I have found that whenever I live stream a convention, a lot of people watch it. They want to watch the convention and it's not being streamed anywhere else. And hello, Bill, and hello, Carlin. Uh, but my comments, I guess, people find amusing. So I may be live streaming as well from the secretary desk. So if I do live stream this weekend, it will be the Colorado convention. I am definitely live streaming the mask burning. We are having a mask burning on Saturday evening. I hope somebody is officially live streaming it for the LPCO channel, but I want to live stream it for my own channel because I want to be able to use whatever kind of language I want to use, which may not be appropriate for the quote unquote official party voice. By the time the mass burning comes around, I will no longer be Secretary of Colorado because I am not rerunning. And adjournment sine die will have happened already, and someone else will be secretary, and I won't have to worry about a thing I say being attributed to Colorado because I will no longer be secretary. So that kind of stuff will be happening. But I wanted to do more history this morning. I've got too much convention preparation to do. I was out of it for far too long last night. So that's why you won't be hearing from me. Yes, there was more drama on the LNC list where I literally did wonder if Richard had to practice that pucker to kiss Whitney's ass so badly. But no, it probably just came naturally. And I just don't even want to talk about them anymore. Like, I am like so over it. I am so over it. I just want Reno to be here and done. I just read Nick's reinvention of history of what happened at the, oh yes, thank you, Damon Bass. I'm glad, Bass, or Bass. It's Bass, isn't it, that you'll be at the convention? Awesome. And somebody asked if I was going to be in Irving. I am, at least for Sunday. I don't know if we will be there for the whole weekend. But what I was saying, I just read Nick's reinvention of history of what went on at the Pennsylvania convention. And it's not even that I think he's making shit up. You know, the human mind has a habit, and that includes mine, of seeing and hearing what we want to see and hear. And sadly enough, I think he really, really believes the accounting he gave. I think he really, really believes that he is just in the midst of all of these terrible people that want nothing but bad for the party. You know, it's crazy. Like, these people are living in a delusion where Nick act like this small, embattled, real libertarian core was just being called names. Yeah, there was name calling. You want to know who started the name calling? His group, with the Nazis and all that other crap. And you want to know what? You call people Nazis and racists long enough, they're going to call you names back. I'm not saying it makes it right. I'm saying it makes it understandable. We need to stop all of this. And Paul Lynch says that Tara DeSisto is now calling the 47 expelled people who got abused by the state party, a disease. I just don't know what we can do in the face of things like this. Because I think these people really believe these things. And calling names back isn't going to help. I understand it, though. I'm not blaming you. I'm almost at my wit's end over this whole thing. Because I know, I just don't even know what to say sometimes. But let me contradict, because what people remember, you're never going to change what people remember. There's a phenomenon that's very well known in the legal community. We tend to think as people that eyewitness testimony is really, really accurate. And if you get eyewitness testimony immediately after the events, it can be very, very accurate. But the more that time goes by, your mind is a weird thing. Your mind remembers sometimes what it wants to remember. And you can give an accounting of something you witnessed that is totally wrong. And you're not lying. That is actually how you remember it. People who criticize me for getting those Zoom interviews of the people involved in New Hampshire immediately after the events, They just don't know what they're talking about. That is when you testimony, immediately after the events, because the more time that goes by, your mind plays tricks on you. Like, I still remember in my mind at the Pennsylvania, the gentleman who was on oxygen being in a wheelchair, but objectively, factually, he was not in a wheelchair. Yet that's how I remember it. Your mind is a weird thing. It could be that the last person that I had significant interactions with that was on oxygen was also in a wheelchair. And maybe that's why my mind is making that connection. It is so bizarre. But let me correct a factual error that Nick made that has nothing to do with just maybe differing recollections. He's claiming that since Noda was elected as governor, or not as governor, they don't elect governor at the convention anyway. Since during the nomination process for Noda in Pennsylvania, Noda was chosen. So you had two candidates for governor, both of whom were bad choices for different reasons. One, not because he was an anti-Mises guy, but because he thought it was perfectly appropriate to make jokes about sniping people out of windows. That's why he was a bad candidate. And Nick conveniently forgets that. You don't joke about shooting people at a convention. You just don't joke that way. And the other guy is potentially a sex offender. I say potentially because he says he was railroaded by the state. That happens. But when he was asked if there was anything in his background that could potentially embarrass the party, he said no. Okay? So come on, dude. The fact that at least some people believe you're a sex offender is definitely something that could potentially embarrass the party. So they were both bad candidates. And Nick only wants to focus on one and not the guy joking about shooting people. People that joke about shooting people, like you hear with these school shootings and things all the time, that if you hear a kid joking like that, you're supposed to like report it, because most of the people who end up doing crap like that joke about it first. And it's hard to know when a joke is just a joke when you're talking about murdering people. Anyway, they were both bad choices. The convention did the right thing and chose Noda. Now, Nick is claiming that choosing Noda at convention is a convention resolution that there can be no governor candidate for the Libertarian Party of Pennsylvania. He is wrong. I don't think he's lying. I think he's confused, because I could easily make that same confusion, because there are a lot of state bylaws that say if Noda is ever chosen for any position, be it a board position, a public office position, that no candidate can be selected for that position. It remains empty. But Pennsylvania's bylaws do not say that. Pennsylvania's bylaws, in fact, are absolutely silent about Noda, which is odd. So Noda was chosen more as a custom, because the Pennsylvania bylaws don't even mention Noda, unlike the Colorado bylaws. So Nick is wrong. And I'm not saying he's being wrong intentionally. He's probably just confused from reading other bylaws. All Noda means is literally what it means. None of the, what's the word? Above. Who was the above? Those two candidates, not any candidate in the universe. It was out of the candidates that they were given to choose from. They didn't want any of them. So yes, in my opinion, I'm not an attorney. Nick's an attorney, but he's not a Pennsylvania attorney. So both of us are speaking as non-attorneys. Neither of us know Pennsylvania law. What I know is parliamentary procedure. And parliamentary-wise, that was not a convention resolution to nominate nobody. As long as Pennsylvania law, electoral law, allows the board to serve as the vacancy committee, when the convention fails to nominate somebody, which the convention did, and their bylaws do allow the Pennsylvania board to be the vacancy committee, As long as Pennsylvania's laws do not forbid the board from filling vacancies, they can put somebody up for candidate. Nick is wrong. He's just absolutely wrong that this was a convention resolution, and that needs to be made clear. This isn't a difference of recollection. There was no convention resolution. So I just wanted to get that straight. As far as his recollections of the convention, because I know how weird the mind can be, I'm not going to call him a liar. That's how he remembers it. There's nothing I can do about it. As someone who was concentrating on parliamentary procedure, and I'm sure I messed some things up because everybody messes some things up, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't as intimately involved once I was up on stage with the bickering that might have been going on. I think I'm a little bit more objective about it, but though not entirely objective, because I obviously am a member of the Mises Caucus. The way I saw it was that the name calling was coming from one side and that the other side at times responded, but that the initiation of all of that crap was not from the Mises Caucus people. Could there have been things I didn't see? Of course. I see Chuck Moulton. Chuck says Nick is wrong about Pennsylvania's bylaws, considering NOTA winning on a particular ballot the same. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Chuck, but I don't think he's being purposely wrong. Some convention, as you know, some state bylaws do say that. In fact, a lot of state bylaws say that. And I think Nick is just confused because I easily could have made a statement like Nick did. But I would have hoped before he published this on his Libertarian, on his, I forget what his organization is called, Policy Institute or something of that sort. I would have hoped he would have reread the bylaws before he did that. But I don't think that he did that on purpose. He's misrecollecting. Shaw says, I got an answer about the dog thing. I was just going to write you back. So I'm glad you got an answer on that. And the medical thing will be over by tomorrow. At least the pain has gone away on my back. I was really worried about having to sit all day at the convention. I'll tell you, my back feels great. So if the back relief, pain relief lasts, it's worth it. But today and yesterday, oh my God, yesterday was really bad for me. And hopefully today will be better. I wrote the doctor's office and said, listen, I had a really bad experience yesterday. And they said they're going to tweak things that hopefully I won't have such a bad experience today. All right. That was all I had to say. But if I do tonight feel okay, I'll do a history live stream. So I guess then you'll know how my procedure today went as to whether or not I do a live stream later tonight. But you know, I feel this like burning obligation to my patrons. Thank you, all of my patrons, that I promise nearly daily content, and I want to give you nearly daily content, even if I'm not, feeling, 100%. I thank you, everyone, for all of your support. As these next few months go on, I mean, obviously, I'm speaking of both kinds of support. I can't do my campaign without money, unfortunately. So all of you who are financially supporting me, thank you. All of you who do super chats, thank you. But as these next couple months go on, I'm going to need your moral support. I'm going to need your moral support. I'm going to be a little bit more open here than I usually am on these streams because I do get made fun of for it. As Reno is approaching, I'm thinking more and more about what happened to me in September. And it's just, I just need to let it go. That was a trauma. I need to let it go. But you know how your mind can like re-traumatize itself? I'm going through a little bit of that right now. I'm going through a little bit of the sads, thinking about what happened and like the wrong that happened. And yeah, I'm getting a bit upset about it, but it'll be okay. But your moral support, the messages you send me, the emails you send me, I cannot even tell you how much that means to me. That's what keeps me going through some of the bad times. And this past week, it's been a bit of a bad time. Nothing like how I felt back then. But I've been, reliving some of it in my own head, and it hasn't been pleasant. Our mind Our mind screws with us sometimes. But all it takes is about a half hour of beagle time, and everything's better. To me, there's nothing more healing in the world than spending time with dogs. I, I love dogs more than most people. All right, everyone, I hope you have an awesome day. And if I'm at the platform committee meeting tonight, that obviously means I'm feeling better, though I will not be chairing it unless I feel 100%. Ted Brown will be chairing it. If I'm chairing it, that means today went great. If I'm just there participating, that means things went pretty good. And if I do my live stream tonight, that means everything's 100% back to normal. But I hope you have an awesome day. Mi guapas de libertad.